Friends, one of our YouTube tribe of sax players here is having trouble making the palm keys sound good. He writes that his top tones, meaning D, E flat, E, and F, sound thin and scratchy, and he doesn't like what he hears. Hey, we're going to talk about that today, okay? We're going to talk about palm key tones, the highest notes that you can make that are not altissimo, and we're going to restrict it to the alto saxophone. Tenor saxophone is not nearly as challenging as the alto saxophone is to make those notes sound pretty, okay? Our goal, of course, is to make the notes sound balanced, to sound as beautiful, full, and nice as the rest of your saxophone. And I've got three problems to solve to make that work. Now, there are many more, of course, but I've got three basics that anybody can work on, including you and me. My name is Dave. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, hit that subscribe button if you like what you're about to hear, and give me a like, too. YouTube people say that I'm supposed to ask for all that. Feels a bit awkward, but there you go. Hey, what I have prepared for you is a free PDF. I got a PDF. The palm key checklist is basically what it is. So it'll hit the bullet points of what I'm about to talk about in today's lesson. And if you'd like to have that, I'll put a link in the description below that'll get you right to that, okay? All right. So welcome aboard. I teach people how to play the saxophone. That's what I do. And one of the things I've noticed, in fact, among my students over the years is many of them never actually play these notes. They have school band charts, pretty much keep you in the middle of the horn to the bottom of the horn, not the very bottom of the horn, but you're pretty much in the mid-range of the horn. And the palm keys don't get used. Same with my adult learners. A lot of my adult learners never have reason to play these palm keys. And so when the occasion comes along that it's needed, the notes don't sound very good because they haven't been used. And it's a shame because they come free with the price of your horn. Okay? Now, that's not the same as altissimo. Let's just clear the slate there. And everybody wants to learn how to play altissimo. I get that. I understand that. Altissimo is kind of one of those things that's very, very cool. And it's somehow it's become sort of this mark of an established saxophone player. You must be very good if you can play altissimo. And altissimo is actually just a normal expectation of a wind instrument. They're all supposed to. You're supposed to be able to play altissimo. We've, I suppose, made it a little bit more difficult and challenging, but it's just not that difficult, and it's not that important. But I understand why, it's so many people come to me, and that's all they want to do. I just want to learn to play an altissimo note. And I get it. I played alongside an alto sax player for years. I come from a rock and pop background, and the alto sax guy I played alongside didn't have any chops to speak of. And other sax players actually told him that. Said, dude, you got no chops. But what he did have was an altissimo G. And he would hit that altissimo G and scream, and everybody in the audience would melt. They would just melt, and afterwards they would come and go, oh, he's so good. And here we are working on our chromatic, our approach tones and passing tones and our pidgeos and all that stuff. Working our buns off. And this guy comes in and just, plays bad sax, but hits that altissimo G, and he gets all of the, the credit. I understand why altissimo is important, but you got to walk before you can run. And you want to be able to make these work, okay? Now, here's the number one palm key killer, is that most of you never play them. That's right. And on the occasion when accidentally you have to, because a song goes up in a D or E flat or whatever, it just doesn't sound any good because you have to put the time into it, right? So what's the antidote is to do long tones on the top tones. I mean the palm keys. Long tones on the palm keys. That's the only way out of this. And I know it sounds a little bit brutal, but you're going to learn a lot here. You want to get some ear protection, especially if you're in a small room where there's a lot of bounce. You want to have some ear protection because you're going to spend some time on these top notes, all right? Let's start with, if your top C doesn't sound good, don't go any higher. Keep working until your top C sounds good. that could be a good exercise for you. C sharp to D, right? And you've got to put a lot of air into the horn, all right? So number one, you've got to play the notes. You have got to figure out a way that you can get up to those notes, long tone them, and then work them into your scales. Most everybody just does part of a scale or one octave when you practice your scales or play your scales. From now on, you're going to go all the way up to the top, all right? All the way up to the top. You don't have to hit the altissimo tones, but you do have to hit the palm key tones. And let's just restrict it to, how about concert F, which is D for alto sax. You get the point, okay? Do that a few times and that'll get you into the groups of playing those notes, okay? It'll make it a new habit and you'll get better at it. Now to get even better at it, let's play hot cross buns or some other simple melody. Man, you know, my nose itches, dog hair or something. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry about that. It's a bit personal, isn't it? But let's make a... Notice my eyebrows go up when I play the top tones. I'm not playing top tones. I keep saying that. Palm key tones, right? Palm keys. I'm going to sneeze. I don't know what that. We have dust, pollen, dog hair, you name it. I've got it in the house, and it all comes into play, of course, when I'm recording. Sorry about that. Anyway, create a simple melody that you can use the palm keys on, okay? Again, with your ears protected. Now, problem number 2 is air. You run out of air. You don't have enough air to make the top tones work. And I know that you haven't thought about that because you don't play them very much, but stick with how about some dynamics? Start at piano, go to forte, bring it back down to piano. Let's take D. And do that with each of the top tones. Each of the palm keys. I keep saying top tones, and I don't mean to say that. All right, forgive me. If I had an editor, we'd edit all this out, but I don't. I'm just talking to you. So anyway, that's what I want you to do. Start soft, get loud, bring it back down again on one big full tank of air, as much air as you can. All right, now the third thing that happens is this is the killer right here, is that most of us, when confronted with an unpleasant sound, especially in the higher ranges, will bite. We'll start to chew. And no, there's no chewing on the mouthpiece allowed, okay? The other thing that we'll do is squeeze the hell out of the horn. Where you bite the mouthpiece and squeeze the horn. And neither of that works. Nice and relaxed. You don't want too loose of an embouchure, but you don't want a tight embouchure because, the goal is to keep that reed vibrating. And it's really buzzing, on these high notes, these palm key notes. It's buzzing, right? Practice a little articulation, right? And you will, in time, start to produce much better palm key tones than you're doing without the time you're spending on them. If you're not spending any time, how could you expect to have good top tones? And don't feel bad. I mean, when I started out, I was 11 years old and playing in a surf rock band. It was 8 years before I ventured into these notes. They weren't needed. I didn't even know what side. I had no idea what side C did. So don't feel bad if you don't use those notes. If you want to get better at them and have good tone, those are the 3 steps. One is you got to play them, all right? You figure out ways to, incorporate them into your scale work and simple melodic work. Number 2, your air. You've got to have air. And number 3, you're going to work on your embouchure. Not too loose, and you're going to change from the that we use in the lower stack to E, as if you're going to say E, right? E. And I started to chew in the mouthpiece a little bit. Part of why there's a little extra dentition attack on the plastic is that, or hard rubber, or metal, if you got a metal mouthpiece, is that we're balancing the horn, right? So you're trying to bite the mouthpiece because you're over here and you're pushing the horn away from it. So it's just really relaxing, putting the air into the horn. Don't bite, don't limit the reed's ability to vibrate, and spend time in those notes. All right, questions? Please bring them on. Process of your own? Please bring it on. Put them in the comments below. Absolutely. Now, again, I've got a palm key checklist, a PDF I would love to send you. All you have to do is click the link below, and I will get that out to you ASAP. All right. Hey, thanks for being here. It's great to have a chance to talk about saxophone. All right. And so I'll see you again next time. Do good work in the meantime. Play your horn. Enjoy. Be good to each other. And take care. I'll see you again. Thank you so much.